You are now listening to Young Chinks.
Nostalgia.
Fly uptown when I'm feeling down. I wanna do retail therapy. Be with the gang all week. I need some female energy. Suck my soul, I lost my breath. She got me breathing heavily. Toxic relationship with my queen, but me and the T got chemistry. Told her that I'm a Gemini, now she on Google checking the compatibility. She wanna see if I got the agility. She wanna see if I got the ability, I went round 3, she went round 4, she killing me, ADHD, my trigger finger fidgety. My trigger finger fidgeting. I feel like I need amphetamine. We had the party ton of the MDMA and ketamine. My bro get a box and step on their gang, make money off rock Led Zeppelin. One call away from a tent and take one call and they get to step this. The band all hostile, but if it weren't for the trap house, I'll be popped down. Of course, I would've made an M1 tour last year if it weren't for the lockdown. They wanna fuck now, we got the top down. What about when we had a beat down Honda? Shout out FK, I had no sponsor, most of my team from the west.
Well, everyone on YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Episode 2, legs with Jim Morrissey in Extreme today. So, looking forward to it. Going to be a very humbling experience. He's a very strong, fucking knowledgeable man in this area. So, going to be doing a lot of extra volume today compared to what I'm used to as well. A few extra exercises. So, trying to get all my baseline numbers down in the logbook to try to save us time. Don't want to be spending the whole session racking plates, even though I'm going to have to probably rack off most plates for Jim just to get the little weight that I can do compared to him. But yeah, going to be a good experience. Hopefully both you and me are going to learn something from it. So yeah, I will catch you in Extreme. Almost forgot my taste test. It wouldn't be a live and learn video without a taste test. So here we have ABE, all black everything, pre-workout. This is bubblegum flavour. Got off one of the lads in work. Shout out to Elias. I'm going to do a test of it now. I'm going to use Hartree's advice. Squeeze your left thumb if you think you're going to gag. This is very fucking potent now when you smell it. Jesus Christ. Do not exceed 1 serving. Extremely potent. So, I might go for 2 or 3 scoops. We'll try 1, maybe a little bit extra than 1. Not gonna lie, a little bit skeptical. These aren't full scoops, by the way. I'm not fucking reckless. Right. That smells fucking... So you all remember from last time? Make sure that's clamped down. Moment of truth. That tastes fucking mint. I was expecting that to be a lot worse. That legit tastes like bubblegum. Fucking hubba bubba.
Jim's going to give us a quick run through on what we're going to be training, the exercises, and yeah, we'll over to Jim.
Yeah, so we're going to start off with the hammer strength standing hamstring curl, just because the nature of a hammer strength machine means that the top portion, or the contractile, like the contracted portion, is the hardest. So putting a hammer strength machine at the start is usually good, because that's when you have the most oomph in that part of the range. And then we'll go on to an adductor. You can put the adductor first if you want, but I just like doing it second. There'll be 2 sets on both of those, and then we'll go into a leg extension. Just again, you'll be able to get contracted much better than if you did it after a heavy squat movement. So that's why we do that. So you get through almost, like, it's impossible to get through a full contractile range, because obviously other things come into it. But a leg extension is better than, say, a squat for getting through the contractile range. So that's why that's first. And then we'll go into our pendulum, which will be banded. The band's not necessarily there to make it any harder. There'll be a counterweight on the machine that'll just be like, I can say big words like inertia and stuff, but to be honest, I'm not too well read on that. So all the band and the counterweight will do will basically be remove any movement that we don't want. So the machine shouldn't be wobbling around like mad, and it should just feel nice and smooth. And then we'll go into a horizontal leg press, hammer strength. So obviously it is quite late in the session then to put hammer strength movement, but the resistance curve on the hammer strength horizontal leg press is very good. I really like it. You can get a lot of knee flexion with not so much hip flexion, which is what we really want to just target the quads. And then we'll go into our lion hamstring curl. So this will work our hamstrings in the lengthened range, which hasn't been hit yet because we did the standing hammer strength curl. So we'll spend some time in the stretch there just to kind of rinse the whole hamstring, if that even makes sense. And then we'll do some hip extensions, calves and abs if we want. And we'll just try and bury each other and have a good time and see what happens.
So as you can see, very well educated man on training legs, so this is going to be a good one, so let's go.
Ballin' since I was a jit. Way before Oakland and filming the skits, I had to go to get rich. Mama was struggling paying the rent, I couldn't help her with shit. Hey, then I'm feeling so stuck in this bitch. Car broke down, can't fix that shit. I cried at night, I admit that shit. Oh, too old, I whipped that bitch. She left me alone, but I miss that bitch. She text right now, I hit that bitch. Old friends like how you get that lit. Same old me, but they think I switch. Fuck old friends, I don't know that bitch. Racks too big, can't float that shit. Hanging on when I hold that shit. Mama, I told you we gon' be okay. Whipping the bench and she live in LA. Tryna thank God but don't know what to say.
Don't call that little ass place no estate, unless it came with a pool in the gate. Check the rear before I pull in the gate. All my watches flooded just like a lake. Lately I've been showing up extra late. Rich nigga take her on a cheap date. 4 for 4 Wendy's, get her a plate. Love when these nuts all up in her face. She say wow, never met a nigga with dick in her house. Spitting them out, digging her out with a chop in the couch for a rat or a mouse.
I feel like Michael Jackson. Moonwalking through the Calabasas. Louis bag, gotta hold the ratchet. Just in case a nigga.
Right, so we had a leg extension program for January, so gym's a lot busier than we expected. So we're going into our single leg one here, just a plate loaded one. Unfortunately, the resistance profile just drops off as we get to the top. So we've added in a band here just to add some extra tension, just to make the movement stay the same throughout. Making it a small bit more humbling and making sure we're getting the best stimulus possible for the work that we're doing. As you can see here, Jim is still getting a good contraction on that throughout the whole movement. It's not getting easier at the top, which is what it would be if we didn't have the band. So all about improvise, overcome, adapt.
2020 wagon, ABCDFG, get too close, it go beep, 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 beep. Road runner, all he heard was me, me, me. Yeah, 750 in a horse, hopped out the Porsche and I crashed the Porsche. Hop out the bed and I smashed the whore. Knock, knock, guess who's at the door? Oops, forgot I ordered that Dior. Came in straight from Europe.
Spent 400 on beanies. Easy. She want dick, she needy. Freaky. I like race, no Lamborghini. She off X, she sleepy, sleepy. Yeah, make me a wish, no genie. Vanish on niggas just like Houdini. I feel like Michael Jackson. Moonwalking through the Calabasas. Louis bag, gotta hold the ratchet. Just in case a nigga wants some action. Got some millions, but it's just a fraction. Spending money for my satisfaction. Benjamins, we don't fuck with Jacksons. Benjamins, we don't fuck with Jacksons. I feel like
abductors here, not just an exercise for the women. This is serious exercise to build your legs. If you don't believe me, just look at Jim. It's going to make your legs look nearly twice as wide. It's going to add a lot of width to your legs. So definitely recommend adding it into your program.
Jesus Christ, that's so...
Giving them hard zones, bro. Red zone, team red zone. Extra counters. Alright, so going for a new PR, 2 plates. This side are going to go really well or really cat, so we're going to get some classical drill on, maybe a bit of pop smoke, and see how this goes. Overshot that.
maybe 30 was a shout.
Maybe 30 was a shout. We're gonna go again anyway. So just want to explain the setup on the pendulum here. So Jim's just gone to the toilet, so I'm just going to explain the way he's helped me set this up, just so we're getting the most out of this movement. So, as you can see, I have a counterweight here. So this is basically when we are squatting down, this wants to keep traveling when we're going back it down to the hole. We're on the bottom of the movement. This is going to slow that movement down. So that when we are coming back up, we're not trying to stop that from coming down. If that makes sense, it's hard to explain. And we also have our band here to add an extra bit of tension. We don't have it as tight as usual. We have left a little bit of slack just to keep the movement steady. And we have the plates loaded like this, so that we're just decreasing the amount of instability of the pendulum as he comes up at the top of the rep. As he has a lot of weight on here because he's a freak, and this just keeps it. So yeah, that's pretty much how we're setting up the pendulum these days. Try it out yourself if you feel like you're not getting enough from the movement or you want to get a better stimulus. Let's go, Jim. Keep in. That's it. Stay in the sit. Come on, Jim. Another one, Jim. Let's go. Up, 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 up.
I feel like I'm going against myself.
I was wondering as I eat it.
Yeah.
Shout out 808 Mellow.
Run up on it, you know I'm on it. The drag on me, dragging my feet. I've been there with, I'm at the sea. I like a creature, I'm on the creek. If I don't get all of my chips, I can't leave just yet. Get that top, then I dip, I'ma leave her with. I put plates on my neck, they take tiny. I put plates on my whip, it's a rocket shit. Sip Drake on hypnotic, you know a little nigga don't pop shit. Louis my body, that be why shawty is clocking me. I don't owe no apology, I'm everywhere that D, dollar be. I don't owe no apologies, I'm getting the money, you know my philosophy.
Bend her over, blow it back out. Bend her over, pull the tracks out. She know that we'll make her tap out. I really live what I rap out. I remember them days in the trap house. Yeah, I got real in the trap house. I went and did some time in the jail because I'd rather take the fast route. If you wanna make bets, then I'm open up TD. She like Poppy, all I got is city. I'm like, fuck it, come give me head. I back at it, nut on her titty. Hey, she say I'm a dope, so I'm chasing a kitty. Light up the smoke like a Dutch in the city. I keep two in the head, we gon' catch him like Ricky. Man down, throw the piece to my bro, that's a hand down. Hopping shit on the lot, make him calm down. He was twirling back then, he a fan now. I keep nothing but blues in these pants now. Rubber band for these racks and these bands now. We keep sticks in these drums like a band now. My new bitch exotic. My new bitch exotic. You ain't poppin', stop it. Fresh as fuck, no stylist. Niggas stealing styles, jacking, jocking. This watch don't do TikToking. Niggas know how we rockin'. 20K for a Marys and that's for the jeans. The money was dirty, I got in the rapper and now this shit clean. Now I'm on the scene. I made it tough, I know that this dick turn that bitch to a fiend.
Run up on it, you know I'm on it. The drag on me, dragging my feet. I've been that rip, I'm by the sea. I'm like a creature, I'm on the creek. You know I'm on it. The drag on me, dragging my feet. I've been that rip, I'm by the sea. I'm like a creature, I'm on the creek. We living life, don't panic. She love the life, don't panic. Before the grave, turn the money to ashes. I just fucked on her ass. Motherfuckers start scattering, all the paper start scattering. I be doing all that cashing. I be doing all that bashing. Run up on it, you know I'm on it. The drag on me, dragging my feet. I've been that rip, I'm by the sea. I'm like a creature, I'm on the creek. You know I'm on it. The drag on me, dragging my feet. I've been that rip, I'm by the sea. I'm like a creature, I'm on the creek.
That creeping through my window. Before you come outside, I got the info. Took her to the end zone from the end zone. Know I love to smoke, you love to lick mo. Wanna hit the jack, then what you call for? All that out your name shit, that ain't called for. Who that creeping, know the tent is dark. 5%. All that fall in love shit, got it Kevin Hart. All that speed and fast shit, we might tell apart. All that copper ass shit, I might clip a sarge. Keep bouncing that ass, you just might get a wart. Yeah, if she bad, she get a pass into the tour. I pick through the family, grab the bastards like Janet. Outside side, don't panic. Gotta switch, gotta change up transit. Still jump around, move fancy, and I still don't like shit fancy. Up late, feeling real chancy. They outside really tryna end me. Yeah. Who's that creeping through my window? Before you come outside, I got the info. Took her to the end zone from the end zone. Know I love to smoke, you love to lick mo. Wanna hit the jack, then what you call for? All that out your name shit, that ain't called for. Who the fuck is this? Let somebody, baby mama, inside of the bed. While I'm tryna tip, shawty say she holding, got a razor in her lip. Mix my cup and twist one up, I love that ratchet shit. She like iced out wrist, iced out wrist. Fuck don't kiss, fuck she fuck don't kiss. Look like friends, but she say they twins. Jump right in, there's leg room in this bed.
Fucking sexy. Yeah. Testing 1, 2. Hello, YouTube. Are you in there? Q&A, let's go. Q&A. So, first question. How did you decide this is what you want to pursue? So you can start off first. Consider and see what you want.
I'd say my first message to Ryan was I'm looking to start coaching, but like not towards the kind of bodybuilding kind of direction. He was kind of like, yeah. So he's like, I coach people obviously with like who have sports outside bodybuilding and other things. So I can program for you, that's no problem at all. So I started training anyway, and then just as I kind of started rubbing shoulders with more people, being coached by Ryan, and then just meeting more people in the gym, and then kind of getting the process play, learning like just how to kind of structure my whole day, structure my training, and kind of just started to fall in love with the process of bodybuilding. Whether or not I compete, I still enjoy the fact that I'm progressing my physique, and then my strength is coming up in correlation with that as well. So yeah, I'm just enjoying the process and just learning everything bit by bit each day and learning off people who are more experienced than me with my training. So yeah, it's just that kind of atmosphere in the kind of world of bodybuilding where like everyone's just chasing the better version of themselves each day. So that's pretty much me on that one. Let's roll to gym.
So I think for me, honestly, it's similar to Cashel there. Like, I kind of got into it when I was 16. Just one of the lads was kind of like, "Hey, you want to come to the gym?" And then there was maybe 3 or 4 of us, and then a few months passed, and it turned out like I was the only one in the gym, and I was like, "Well, I might as well keep going." And I suppose going through school, everything, I just then kind of figured out what progressive overload was, and then just wanted to progress relentlessly. Every session was like, beat the next number, do something new. And I learned that from a young age, and I think it definitely stands to me now. And no matter what phase I'm in, I'm able, there is obviously ups and downs to whether you're bulking, cutting, whatever, and then there's somewhere in between. But I definitely love the process, like either way, whether that's like getting strong in the off season or like battling with yourself to retain your numbers while shredding. It's the entire process we love. Parts of it will be challenging, but none of it's tough. Like, this is our choice, like it's what we do. So I mean, yeah, that's kind of my take on it. I just like progression, and I don't have to worry about what anyone else is doing. It's not like a team sport where there's pressure on you, like to do better for everyone else. You literally are in charge of your own progression, and maybe that makes me a control freak, but it's just what I prefer to do. Team sports never suited me that much, so I think that's why this suits me a lot better. I've tried rugby, soccer, hurling, all that, and this kind of just stuck. So.
And just another point on that, like with bodybuilding, it does get like a really bad rap in this country. Like a lot of people kind of turn their noses up to it. Like I was kind of like that as well for a good part of my training career, where I was prioritising sports performance, functional training, which I do still think has its place. But in the sport of bodybuilding, you're still chasing health markers the whole time. You're always like, your lifestyle is probably going to be like, you could argue a lot better than most people playing team sports who are like probably more than likely going on the beer nearly every weekend and then trying to get the recovery up then, like playing catch up the whole time every week with their training as well. Whereas bodybuilding, you kind of, you have more appreciation for like nights out and stuff, so you like just space them out and you'll probably enjoy them more then when you do go out, and you're kind of just focusing more on just moving forward each day rather than kind of one step forward, 2 steps back the whole time. So that's just another point I make on that.
There's no right or wrong either. If you want to be part of a team sport and enjoy the balance, you can. You can make some decent progress in the gym with balance too, going out drinking, but it's just how serious you want to take it is, I suppose.
Where your values lie, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
What you want most in life, you want to spend most time on.
So, next question. This is a big one.
Let's go.
Who's winning in a fist fight?
I don't know, it's like, what are the rules?
Just fists, I'd imagine.
Bare knuckle, fucking.
Yeah, just
gloves.
like.
Well, look, I probably have the weight and the reach on me. Like, I'm definitely like 20 kg heavier than you.
Yeah, I think Cashel would move a lot faster than me, but I think one slap and I think I'd have him down. But I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover, so I mean, who knows? I mean,
you heard it here first.
we'll never find out because it's not going to happen.
Spread the love, bro.
What's next? Plans for us both in 2022.
Do you want to take this one first? Let's go.
So for me, I started coaching fairly recently. Like I announced it fairly recently. I've been coaching a few months now, and I'd really like to see that progress because I'm enjoying it a lot. It doesn't even feel like work. And I suppose as well, I want to compete this September, and that'll be a big one because like I've been training 5 years and I've never stepped on stage, and I feel like this is the time. Like I've left it long enough. I wasn't delusional in the start to think I'll just compete now and try it. I'll genuinely be going on stage to win, and I'll be doing everything I can to win, but where that leaves me is another thing. But of course, it's that winning mentality. I'll do everything every day, the small steps to be number one, and then see where I fall. And I suppose just progress my physique, my knowledge on training, because obviously my service is knowledge based. I want to give the best service to my clients I possibly can and make sure they're always happy with the process. And then, just do everything I'm doing now, but just better, I think.
Yeah, so like a lot of that I'm probably going to include in mine, but basically just improve myself from all that kind of aspects of life. So whether that be relationship wise, like friends and family, trying to be able to get myself in a position where I'm able to spend more time with them as well, because I do think that kind of gets put in the back burner when you're kind of chasing progression. So obviously I want to take full advantage of progressing my training. Then from a business standpoint, I'm cutting hair and coaching, so I'm trying to develop those two skills as much as I can, both in knowledge and skills. So coaching is kind of a trade, so you're kind of trying to upskill the whole thing. You're trying to broaden your knowledge, whether that be reading books, listening to podcasts, just coach as many people as you can to learn kind of how to develop people, how to kind of communicate with people and understand their bodies, how they work, mindset wise. Definitely a big focus this year will be just improve my knowledge on physiology and nutrition. So looking to kind of get a few courses under my belt before next year, and then hopefully then within a year or two go on and do a master's then in physiotherapy, as I do find that kind of area very interesting as well. So trying to kind of work some functional movements into my training patterns as well, just so like I think bodybuilding can be kind of linked in with that kind of functional movement side, whereas we can train ourselves to have that mobility, trying to put more focus on mobility, flexibility throughout our sessions, which is going to help us develop or maintain longevity as we try to progress. So yeah, just focus on improving all aspects really, just to tie it all up.
So I've obviously said as well, my goal this year is to compete, but someone asked here, any plans to compete? So I've answered that. What about yourself? Do you have any goals?
I don't know, I think like you can't like say, as early as I am in like this kind of training block, I can't say, oh I'm definitely competing. I think I need to like just keep my head down, stay locked in, focus on progressing, I don't look too far ahead, like, live more in the present. Obviously I have goals, I have long-term goals that I'm probably going to keep to myself, and then I have short-term goals, and the short-term goals will be just to progress, get as much as I can on the training that I'm doing, try to grow as much as I can, and then obviously a big focus is get as strong as I can as well, and more knowledgeable on the training that I'm doing, so that I understand how, like, what I'm doing for each rep, like why I'm doing each rep. So yeah, maybe in the future I will compete. It's too early to say at this stage, but it's kind of looking like that the way things are. But yeah, it just depends how I can progress my training, and like if I'm going competing, I want to be competitive. So just trying to get myself in that kind of position is the main goal here.
So the next one I think is one I get asked pretty frequently, and I don't know about yourself, but it's, will I be a natty little fuck forever? And I suppose the answer to that is my plans are to stay natty forever.
Just read the tea, bro.
Yeah, and buy one for your entire family. But no, I think for me, like, I've never had an issue with progressing, whether that be numbers or gaining muscle or something like that. And I've always found something very cool about doing things other people can't without the assistance. And I'll be the first to say I've nothing against people on gear. Like, if anything, it makes the journey a little bit harder because there's so many things that come into play, so many different variables. Like, you have to watch your health so much, and people think it's a shortcut, but it really isn't, because you don't know the work that gets put in on the back end. Yes, you will be able to surpass someone who's natural, but in some cases, like, there is freaks.
Obviously not gym, like.
Yeah, I'm just a bit of an outlier there, but yeah, the plan is to stay natural and do some shit that unnatural people can't even do, if I'm honest. That's what fires me up, and yes, I do this for myself, but I'd be lying if I said I don't like putting on a bit of a show and lifting something heavy while everyone's looking. I can feed off that. So yeah, that's kind of my answer.
Probably more or less the same. Obviously, I'm not the same status as this man, but I would like to kind of prioritize my health before I even thought about kind of going assisted. Like, as in, like when you're going assisted, you want to be watching every single variable in your life. Like it's the extra, it's like the extra few percent you're going to get off being assisted. So you really want to make sure everything within your lifestyle is going like you have as least stress as possible. You want to limit the stressors as much as you can, and that is something I'm not in a position to do at the minute, as there's just so much going on, and it's just not kind of relevant to my goals yet. I'd rather just go as hard as I can, be Natty for as long as possible, and see where that gets me. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the minute. Short answer, couldn't see myself doing it, but like your mindset can obviously change over a couple of years once you get more passionate about something. So it's not impossible. What I'm saying.
So, top 5 physiques of all time. So, dead or alive?
Man, I don't even think I know that many. I know if you go first, I suppose.
Well, like an obvious one is Chris Bumstead. Like we have to say that because I mean he is at the top. I mean he's obviously not an open bodybuilder with like stupid amounts of muscle. It's just a very nice physique to look at.
Just very aesthetic.
Yeah, and then. I don't know, I think personally, like from the older generations, I liked Jay Cutler probably a bit more than Ronnie Coleman. There was something about Ronnie's physique I just didn't really like. He was an animal in the gym, and I respect that, but look where he is now. And then
like Dorian,
yeah, Dorian's another one. He probably is, so that's 3. Chris, Dorian, Jay Cutler. I really like Brandon Hendrickson's physique too. He's obviously men's physique and just really nice flow to it, lovely symmetry, all that kind of stuff.
A lot of it's in the posing as well, like how a bodybuilder carries himself on stage as well.
Yeah. Who else? I don't know, they're the ones that spring to mind, so maybe I don't have 5 for you, but...
Quality over quantity.
Yeah, yeah, that's the
just
one.
Take it.
Yeah. Who do we look up to in the gym?
Well, Jim looks up to me, and then I'd probably look up to. I know. Look, obviously Ryan, Jim, all those boys. A lot of us would look up to them. I'm not sure who Jim looks up to.
Yeah,
it's very the higher in the spectrum.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I kind of do admire anyone that's just that just gets in here. So sometimes there's obviously the people who are doing well. So I do look up to Ryan. Like. Ryan is basically my mentor, so that goes without saying. But then, like the person who just walks into the gym for the first time, I think that's very admirable too, because this is a scary place. Like coming in here and you think all eyes are on you when they aren't. Like everyone wants the best for each other in here, but again, you walk into a room of like there could be between 50 to 100 people, and it's very nerve-wracking to think you're doing the right wrong thing. So I do admire people who are just new to it, and then I suppose on a wider scale, I actually look up to Nick Gloff. I don't know if anyone follows him, but like he's got the science head, but he's also able to train like an absolute maniac, which I think is what we all should be striving for if we're providing coaching services, to have knowledge that not like brains to burn, but also be able to apply it, because you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't practice what you preach, then it's pretty useless to you. So
it's kind of like that book smart, street smart, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of want to have a bit of both. Like I'd have mad respect to people who are just like they're not making excuses for themselves. Like fucking who could I think of now? Like the likes of like Ben Hyden, if anyone's aware of him, quick shout, fucking that man can take a set like absolutely no excuses, just goes in, gets it done, probably goes harder than a lot of people who are probably more advantageous than him at the minute. And I just have mad respect for people like that who kind of just like it's just no excuses, just goes in, gets it done. And then obviously at the other end, people who are like just coming into the gym for the first time, you see it, especially this time of month. People are coming in, they're kind of not sure what they're doing. And like the nicest thing you can do is probably like, obviously you don't want to approach them if they're kind of very shy, but like just offer them a hand if they ever look confused or not sure what they're doing. It's probably going to help them stay in the gym longer than just getting confused and getting frustrated. Right, so signing off today. So everyone probably obviously knows Jim is coach for Level Up at the minute.
At the minute.
To be considered. So quick shameless plug for Jim's fucking clothing line.
Yeah.
Natty little fuck. Get on that. Obviously Level Up tees as well. get on to the boys for them. Hope you enjoyed today's session, hope you got something out of it. As you can see, Jim's obviously very knowledgeable in this area, so it's good to kind of rub shoulders and see the way he was programming for his leg days. As you can see, they're working. So yeah, and there.
No, that's kind of it.
Any closing line?
No.
Yeah, ending on a high. Right. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a like if you liked it, and go follow Jim on Instagram. Go follow the boys, Ryan, team level up. So I'm just fried after that leg session, man. Follow myself as well if you can. Coached by Cashel, you're probably following me if you're watching this. But yeah, signing off.